I want to take a look at the top 4 and see how we think they stack up, not only against each other, but like kind of internationally, because these are the teams right now that I think are most likely to be playing.
I didn't do my research.
I didn't research people internationally either, but like I mean in a general.
I don't even know.
I mean in a general sense.
I literally don't know who's top 5 LEC right now.
Okay. No one knows who's top 5 LEC right now.
Shaka Splice. Okay.
It's basically just G2.
Griffin is 10-0.
Yeah, Griffin's looking interesting.
What the fuck?
And then I don't understand how LPL works.
7-0.
Apparently, FunPlus and IG are their best teams, but I've never seen them really play.
How does the top 4 stack up against the top 4 of the LCS Academy?
They'd stomp them. They'd stomp them like puppies.
Probably. I don't know. Blabber's pretty good.
So, looking at the LCS top 4, we got Team Liquid, Cloud9, TSM, and FlyQuest. What?
Did you see there was a signing, I think, this week?
A signing? Who's what?
I think CLG got a new top laner. No, C9 did.
Oh, no, you're talking about the streamer.
Oh, he was a streamer?
Yeah, he's a streamer.
I thought they like signed him for the.
That's a Brazil streamer. There's no bearing on that.
Oh, I thought they like replaced their academy. I'm sorry, that's my fault. I'm an idiot.
I don't.
Anyway, whatever.
He might be going to the academy, but the academy's not what we're here to talk about right now.
I know. I apologize.
Son of a bitch. You take me off track one more time.
In order: Team Liquid, Cloud9, TSM, FlyQuest.
So, I think TSM, FlyQuest, and Cloud9 are kind of a toss-up. I think FlyQuest is probably below Cloud9 and TSM, but between Cloud9 and TSM, I'm not exactly sure who's better, because TSM honestly seem like they have a much higher ceiling than Cloud9. Like, it feels like Cloud9's getting close to their ceiling, and I'm not sure how much higher they can go.
Disagree.
Let's go.
I don't feel that it is all, and look. Obvious bias, huge C9 fan, have been since they entered the league.
I am not a TSM fan. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a huge TSM fan. Get the fuck out of here. I'm pretty sure do you still have the flag behind you?
No, I don't have a TSM flag.
Yeah, but you've got the shirt, you fucking coward, dude. Fuck you, dude. Anyway, I don't feel like C9's getting close to their ceiling. I think this roster and some of the depth they have on Academy, I feel like they're really, really strong. I feel like they, as always, I mean, in the last few years, I feel like C9 typically does better internationally than they just turn something on and tend to perform. What?
Yeah, they win one more game than TSM do internationally.
Yes, and that's performing.
And that's what matters. One game.
Look, it means I get to shit talk you and you don't get to shit talk me. I don't know who you want, dog. TL, I think we talked about this last week or the week before. I echo St. Vicious's concerns that they're slapping NA and then they're gonna just get clapped international.
That's what happened. That's what happened to TSM every time. They can run through NA with a hot knife through butter. But,
yeah, they're much better.
You hit Korea and it's just like, wait, this doesn't do anything versus a katana. What am I doing here? Yeah,
I feel like I'm sus about all 4 of the top team standings internationally. At least against like LCK, LEC. I don't really know anything about LPL or anything else, but I don't think any of the top 4 teams right now, I would not bet on any of them like slapping Griffin or SKT or G2. I think those would be really tough games. But I think this is probably solidified as the top 4. I think there's a kind of a gap between TSM and FlyQuest when TSM is like really turning it on. And I think there's a pretty big gap between basically everyone else in TSM. Cloud9.
I think I agree that these standings is probably pretty accurate given their current performances in LCS, especially because that's what the numbers say. That's what the numbers on the screen say. But
hell yeah, dude. We're fucking getting numeric on it, dude. What do you know about numerals, dog?
But like, I feel like TSM have they at least try to do something early game, and Cloud9 I don't feel like do that as much. I don't feel like either of the other 3 try to play early game as much as TSM does, regardless of like how successful we really think it is. TSM's early game seems like they're trying to figure out what are good plays to go for and what aren't good plays to go for, and that's what they're learning. And I don't know what their jungler situation is going to look like because that's a big part of your early game is your jungler. So if their jungler stays Acadian, it looks like it'll probably be okay. And it looks like Greg is definitely helping out with the early game because I see him in TSM Legends all the time. He's always apparently backstage, and he's definitely. I don't know if he's scrimming with the team, but he's on support staff, probably as a jungle positional coach. So
Yeah.
but I don't like. I like. What to you makes you think that Cloud9 is gonna have a proactive early game, something they need when they go international?
I don't know if it's the proactive early game. I just think that at the moment I'm more confident in C9's ability to hold on in the mid to late game or the transitional stages of the game. And C9 has looked a little bit better closing games out when the games were closer than TSM has. And that's just like, I mean, we talked about the Reggie tweet a couple weeks ago. That's always sort of been a TSM problem, that transition from early to mid and the transition from mid to late and sort of all of mid game. But I think C9, I think the Svenskaren's fine, and I think he can play more proactive. I think, they bring in Blabber when they need that.
We've seen him play more proactive when he was on TSM. He was clapping people at Worlds one year on Lee Sin because they gave it to him, and he's just like, I'm going to run through your jungle now. I hope you don't get in my way.
So if he can pull that out, or if they need to bring in Blabber or something for early game aggression. But I think for me, what makes me slightly more confident is C9's ability to weather the transitional phase and also like to play from behind. That's just where I'm at.
Do you know how often they're put behind? Because I don't think Cloud9 has been put in a behind situation that often.
No, I don't think so either. But when they have been, I'm just more confident.
Like TSM have been put in a behind situations before, but they've also been in ahead situations before and just chucked it out during the mid game.
That's fair. I don't know.
So I think we're in agreement.
My only thing is like I don't even know if for me it's like, could C9B have a more proactive early game? Yeah, obviously. But I also think C9's like relatively capable of weathering the storm of early game and just transitioning and being okay. That's how they've gotten a handful of their wins. It's just like being fine and then like winning later.
So I think we both agree that they like TL, Cloud9, and TSM have at least one factor of their overall game plan to improve on. FlyQuest probably more so. And that putting them in an international stage right now would probably turn out bad for them. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
All right, so do you want to move on to your favorite segment?
Thank you for joining us this week on the Legendary League of Legends podcast. Anthony, take us home, buddy. Take us on home.
That'll do it for week 5 of the LCS and the Legendary League of Legends podcast. You can catch us every week at the LCS, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/Nizzy2K11. Sub to my channel for the random ass highlights I make of this. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Have a good night.